Hello everyone, and thank you for purchasing Functions by Ned Rush and Isotonic Studios. Functions are a suite of sound transformers that use a breakpoint function editor to apply modulation to the sound. Different from many standard audio effects with built-in modulation capabilities like LFOs or envelope generators, the function allows you to draw in complex modulation shapes or multi-stage envelopes, which can be indexed using a variety of signals, producing linear and non-linear modulations, designed to create interesting forms of movement. These signals used to index the function can be synced to Ableton's tempo to create unusual grooves or at free rate for extremely slow or fast modulations. All of the devices share the same function UI concept. Where they differ is which of the elements of the effect the function is controlling. So let's start with the function delay and make our way around the UI. To start with, we have the grid control up here. If you press this question mark, it gives you some little instructions on how the function works. You click to add a point, like this. You shift click to remove a point, and you hold Alt and click to apply a curve between 2 points. And then at any point, if you're not happy with what you've done, you can hit clear and it will reset it to this state. Underneath that, we have the grid or no grid snapping. So if grid is on, the points will snap to the grid set by the X and Y values of the grid, or with no grid, you can put them anywhere you want. So if we were to change the grid size from something like 4 on the X and 4 on the Y, then the points snap to that grid like so. Lovely. Then we've got sync and free. So when it's in sync and you start the transport, the function will start making its way through the function. And if you hit free, then it does it at audio rate. Down here, you've got the rate. So this is the rate in beats. That's 1 beat currently. This would be 4 beats. And you can go right up to 64 beats, really, 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 really slow. Or you can go at free rate. So we've got like as slow as 0.1 hertz and then up to 30 hertz. Then down here, we've got the direction that the function will move in. It'll go forwards, backwards, it'll ping pong, forwards, backwards. It'll do like a sine. So it sort of slows down as it gets to the start and end. It'll do random, where it'll just go wherever it wants at the rate that you set here. And then there's manual. When you set it to manual, these two dials appear, and this allows you to actually dial through the function with a knob. And then there's a little bit of slide here so that when you slide around, it sort of slows down as you get to that value that you dial with the manual. All right, let's listen to it. So now I'm in manual mode. Let's listen to it going forwards. Okay. Let's listen to it going in ping pong. You can find some very interesting sort of grooves and movements and things like that as it sort of moves around. Now, on this side is kind of where they're going to differ depending on what device you're using. So this is just basically controls for what effect the function is controlling. In this case, it's a delay. So the delay high and delay low values are the value that the function is at when it's at its lowest point and its highest point. So currently it's at a low value of 1 and a high value of 20. If I increase the high value, you get a longer delay time. That'll go all the way up to 1 second. There's a dry wet here. Set this to... So with a very low high value for the delay, you can get kind of flangey type sounds. And then with a higher value, you get kind of maybe on both of them. Let's set the low to 500. You get sort of straight up delay madness. And then there's a feedback there as well. Okay, good. Let's look at another one. Okay, this is the filter. Exactly the same UI for the actual function, but then the effect is different because we're using a filter now. So that's just going to ramp up and down the cutoff. So we can make some Interesting modulation shapes. Whoops. Nice. We've got some resonance. And then there's different filter types: high pass, band pass, and notch. And there's a dry wet for the filter as well, which I think is quite nice. And then the high and low values are the cutoff frequency. So if I put this to something like 250, that's very low sweep on the frequency cutoff. Got an interesting sort of kick drum thing there. Or we can increase that all the way up to 10,000. And then again, you know, you can move around that however you want. Go audio rate. Okay, let's have a look at another one. This is the function freeze, which I made in collaboration with Hearing Glass. Go and check him out. He's very, very good at Max. And what this does is this records the sound into a FFT buffer and then reads back through the buffer using FFT to create this kind of strange freezing sound. And if we have a listen to that, we kind of get this. So the function is the start position of that buffer. So if I was to maybe just draw a straight line, then it's just reading from the start of the buffer. And the buffer size is set down here. So if I set this to 1N, that's going to record a whole bar of audio. And then we can change the start position. It's fun. And then we can change the buffer size to get it to record at different speeds. Yeah, you can get some very, very, very weird stuff, but it's fun. Let's go for a slower rate. Let's change to a faster buffer size. Yeah. Okay, good. Very nice. The function freeze. Let's move on to another one.